Coca-Cola is a little bottle of dark black water. Also, I'm wondering, is there anybody who in this classroom hasn't drunk this kind of product? You haven't drunk it, is it? Your life is really painful. So, what is Coca-Cola? Here is the comment. Coca-Cola is the carbonated water and the sugar shrimp, 99.61%. Without the advertising, who will drink it? Yes, it's a great success of advertising and marketing. Let's see. Coca-Cola is a global soft drink brand formed in 1892. And what we are focusing is sharing a Coke marketing campaign. It is originated in Australia in 2011. And it has launched a great success of the campaign and led the spread to other markets. The campaign was localized for each market. And the main figure of this campaign is they have names written on the bottle of each Coke. And the goal of our group is to analyze global video campaign of sharing a Coke in selected countries to determine if and how cultural differences are accounted for. And our strengths are focused on video advertising and the 4 countries across the globe. And the 4 countries are UK, USA, Vietnam, and China. Now let's see the timeline of this sharing a Coke marketing campaign. It was launched in 2011, and this year is 2014. So it has launched by 3 years into it. And we can see it is initiated in Australia, and now it's spread all over the world. So let's go into the details, and please invite my group member Daisy.
Thank you. So we will see China firstly. Actually, everywhere has their unique culture and the unique popularity. So for China, actually, those words we show here, like 高富帅, 天人丹, they are very popular on the social media in China. That's our culture, not like everywhere else. So they just use those nicknames on the bottle, and very soon many people will just share and post their photos with those pictures with the Coca bottle on the social media, and it became very popular. Of course, the volume sells. And unfortunately, we didn't find many videos about the campaign in China. And about the USA, they also use the same strategy, but different culture. They use the USA's culture. So in USA, we can see they bring people to their legacy of bring people together and making them feel special. And it's about their self-expression, their existence. So they use different strategy and just tap some other words. Of course, the volume also soars very much. And we can.
Yes, to save some time, we're not going to show you the actual videos, but what we did was take screenshots from the video. So this is the one that was launched this summer in the US, and it's about a girl called Jess, and during a summer day she goes and buys Coke from this guy in the store, and she goes back, and every time she buys a Coke she has more friends with her and she's happier, and the party is just getting bigger and bigger. But in the end of the commercial she asks to share a Coke with the guy who she's been buying the Coke from all day, and then they go to a party together. So that's the US.
Okay, here comes United Kingdom's case. In UK, they use 10,000 of Great Britain's most common names. And special event on Father's Day, share a Coke with Dad became the theme, and they even created special design bottles. Coke estimated that approximately 94% of the population 20 times over the summer period 2014 2013 would see this campaign. And Coke emphasized on today's consumers want to feel unique, and giving users something affordable and personalized is a key way to succeed. Now let's move to the TV commercial.
Yes, here in the UK we follow the dog Bobby, who's hanging out with some of his friends, and he are humans. But he can't find his name, so he goes running across the town to try to chase down a bottle with his name. Unfortunately, we put the last picture up in the first corner, so in the end he finds his name and he is really happy.
Okay, let's move to the Vietnamese case. Yeah, see how they adapt to local market, and they launched in spring and summer 2014, and this campaign, they are targeting all age groups in the nation, and specifically they use the personalized approach with lots of Vietnamese names. And through referral and sharing, they are targeting significant number of first-time users in Vietnam. And speedily, we move to the TV commercial.
Okay, this is the last one, and this is kind of obvious. There are 3 friends, and there are 2 girls and 1 guy. The girls are really sad and having a really boring day until the guy shows up with Coca-Cola, and then they go raving across town and with Coca-Cola. So they're having a blast of time. And I'm going to talk about happiness, which is kind of what we think that we see in all of these commercials. And happiness is one of the basic 6 emotions that are universal in like that we smile when we're happy. But recent research suggests that there are differences between like how we're nurtured in our culture and how to perceive and how to experience happiness. So, for instance, if you look between the Western and the Eastern cultures, there are in the Western culture it's more about that happiness is attainable, you can get it and you want to maximize it, while in the Eastern cultures it's more about being dynamic, dialectical, that you should not only strive for happiness, that maybe you need a bit of both, a bit of yin and yang. And also if we look at collectivism and individualism, we see that, or research suggests that in Western cultures we are kind of selfish, or like we always act as from our center point, and we say I feel joy if someone asks, oh, how are you and how's life? Whereas if you ask a person from an Eastern culture, they might look more to their surrounding when they reply, as in, for example, I would like to share my happiness with others. Yes.
All right, thank you. So now we'll go to the analysis of all these adverts. I think what you need to take away is that there are quite a few similarities no matter in what country the advertising was launched. Of course, the same target group, there's always storytelling, and I think one of the most important points is that all these adverts are really like inclusive. So they tried to represent all ethnicities in the adverts, they had all genders. For example, even the one in the UK where they had the dog was a mixed breed, and you know it went through all social and kind of different ethnicities. So again, advertising, I guess, tried to like bring these people together and find similarities. On the other side, we also found a lot of differences, and these differences really relate to the happiness. I think if you look at it just superficially, the adverts all seem the same, no matter in what country. So regardless of the culture, you think, oh, it's still Coca-Cola. But if you look at it more detailed, I think that's where it comes out. So all the nuances, like we found, for example, the mood is different because the color they use in Vietnam is really different than in the US. They focus on one person, so one individual versus the collective. Somehow it's different, the weighting is different. And what was really interesting, for example, in Vietnam also, where we had a lot of explicit product placement. So we are not sure where this is coming from. It could be like it's the high context society that they need this in order to understand the advert, or it could also be that Coca-Cola just has a lower brand awareness. I think the key takeaway in the end of our presentation really is that A lot of the missions is still focused on happiness, so that's true for all the cultures. It's a valid goal, I think, in Vietnam, in China, or the US. At the same time, if you go deeper or on a more detailed level, there are some significant differences. And that's why actually adverts, even if they're, this is still the same product and still the same brand, they need to be adjusted to the local market, and they need to address needs on a very, nuanced level, I would say, where you go really into happiness and different, levels, I guess. All right, thank you very much. Sit.
Questions? Have you ever do any research on the Pepsi?
No, we didn't. Sorry, we didn't. We thought that we would. Yes.
Yes, please.
Simple. Where's the Coke?
Oh, it's on the table.
Very good.
Did you guys identify another kind of emotion that they have used for advertising needs for the other products? For instance, I think we launched like the Coca Light, perhaps like healthy,
Yeah. I forgot to mention those, but we were looking also at enhancers of happiness. And these commercials, especially if you look at Bobby, who's out chasing the Coke all day, and if you look at the US commercial, they are out, they're outdoors, they're doing skateboarding and doing stuff that could be perceived as being kind of emotion, and that it's not for just sitting at home watching a movie and drinking a Coke. So, but I don't know, they mostly have the red Coke, so you don't see much of the Diet Coke or Zero Coke in this commercial.
One other real quick question. This started in 2011, right? I've watched Coca-Cola commercials for a long time. In this particular campaign, did you see where social media had any influence? In other words, bringing this novel idea of putting different names on the product so that people then would circulate it around. Is there any relationship to the growth for the target audience of social media compared to earlier periods?
It was huge, so we didn't include it in the presentation, but the general reputation of Coca-Cola increased so much, and the favorableness over for its competitors. And people were queuing, they had these machines where you could just text your name and they would print the bottle for you. So they did a lot, and that created Twitter trends.